Welcome to my Facebook, my YouTube channel. My name is Jane the Blessed, and today is the 14th of November 2024. I'm doing this live video all the way from South Africa, Cape Town. And if you've been following me for some time, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please make sure that you're subscribed. If you have been following me on Facebook, make sure that you press the like button and also give me some positive reviews on my Facebook channel. So today I'm here again with good news. This week has been a very challenging week. It's towards the end of the year, and we are pushing for work and ending the year on a nice note. So today I'm talking. A lot of people have been asking me and inquiring about this topic, which I'm going to be talking about. We want to know more about the UK seasonal work visa. I've done this video a long time ago. I think 2 years or so I've done this video, but I'm going to repeat it again. So we are talking about the opportunity to migrate to the UK temporarily for some months, 6 months maximum, to go work, make money, and you come back to your country of citizenship, okay? So you leave Africa and you migrate to the UK for 6 months, sometimes 3 months, depending with the certificate of sponsorship that you receive. It's not for you to reside in the UK permanently, but it's for you to reside in the UK, do work, and come back to your country of residence. This visa is nice for people that they don't want to stay permanently in Europe. They want to come back home. They just want to go to Europe to make money, and they come back and continuously do that, which means you can get this visa twice a year, okay? First 6 months and first 6 months, that's 1 full year. But the nicest thing about this visa is it gives you flexibility to live between 2 countries, your country of original, which is your citizenship, and the United Kingdom, okay? So let's talk about what does this visa does. Let's talk about just the overview of this video, okay? So you can apply for a seasonal work visa to go and work in the UK in horticulture for about 6 months. For example, when you talk about horticulture, we are talking about green peas, we are talking about picking fruits, we are talking about picking vegetables, we are talking about picking flowers and things to do with that. That's horticulture. So when you talk about horticulture, we're talking about vegetables, fruits, and flowers, okay? So mainly they do that for exporting, local distribution, etc. So you'll be picking fruit, vegetables, and flowers. For this one, you get up to 6 months, okay? And then for poultry, if you want to go look after eggs, look after chickens, pick eggs, slaughtering, etc., that process of poultry, chicken, pigs, and poultry meats, chicken, pigs, eggs, and stuff. If you want to work in the poultry, you need to from 2 October to 31 December. So poultry is only 2 October to 31 December, which means you need to apply your visa by 15 November, which is the deadline for this year is tomorrow, okay? So for poultry, you've got the whole year to apply for your visa. The cut-off date is 15 November. After 15 November, they don't give you seasonal visa for poultry. But for horticulture, vegetables, fruits, and is the whole year. But for poultry, it's from 2 October to 31 December. That's the season. So this one is a 3 months, okay? So this one is a 3 months visa. And indeed, there are jobs. I've done this and I've looked at it. I know some people that live under and like surviving doing these jobs, and they're doing well, It's not like living permanently in the UK. You just go for season to season, get your money, come back to Africa, go back, get your money, come back to Africa, go to the UK, make your money, work, come back to Africa, go to the UK, make your money, come back to Africa. So that's why it's called a seasonal visa. So It's good for people who wants to work flexible, like they don't want to be permanently based in Europe. You can do this kind of job. Let's move. So this visa, to others that know, it replaced the seasonal work visa, the T5. That's the visa that they used to call it a T5 visa, which was the seasonal work visa, okay? How long does this visa take, CCG? You apply for this visa up to 3 months before the time you want to go to the UK. Like I said, horticulture, you can apply the whole year. Only in poultry, you have got time frames which you need to apply, because the poultry season is from 2 October to 31 December. So you need to submit your visa by 15 November. Okay, so you can apply 3 months before the day you are due to start your work in the UK. As part of your application, you also need to prove your identity and provide your documents. You also need to allow extra time if you need an appointment to do this. You will find out if you need one when you start your application, okay? And then once you're applied online, you've proved your identity, you've provided your documents, you usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks. This year, I saw some people getting this visa like within 1 week, okay? 1 week. They'll be getting this visa. The application fee for this visa is £298, okay? £298 is the application fee for this visa. How long can you stay? You can stay up to 6 months for horticulture work. Like I said, horticulture is the fruits, the vegetables. And then you can stay up to from 2 October to 31 December each year for poultry work. So to those that work in poultry farms, they only go for 3 months, okay? October, November, December, you come back. October, November, so you work like 3 months in Europe and then you come back. But for horticulture work, 6 months, which means you can do this twice a year. You can go twice a year. What you can do, what you can and cannot do with this visa. So there are things that you can do with this visa and there are things you can't do with this visa, okay? I'm going to look at that now. With this visa, you can work in the job described in your certificate of sponsorship. Just like with the caregiver certificate of sponsorship, it describes the number of hours you're going to be working, everything about your work that you'll be doing. So also with this certificate of sponsorship, it stipulates where you're going to be working. Are you working in horticulture? Are you doing fruit picking? Are you doing fruits? Are you doing what? Or you are doing poultry. So it specifies, and you are only allowed to work in in that field, okay? You are only allowed to work in the job that your COS stipulates, okay? So you can also you can study, okay? You can study. So you can also study with this visa whilst you're in the UK, work and study. For some courses, they say you need an academic technological approval scheme certificate for some courses. So you can work in the job described in your certificate of sponsorship and you can study in the UK with this visa, okay? Now let's go to what you cannot do with this visa. With this visa, you cannot take permanent job. Okay, number one, which means you can never be a permanent employee. You are a seasonal worker. That's number one. Number two, you cannot work in a second job or a job that isn't described in your certificate of sponsorship. So you cannot do other jobs. But isusu tongotaura edu pachiboyi kuti kushanda kunoshandwa nditi kia unoshanda. So you cannot work in second job or a job that isn't described in your certificate of sponsorship. Pachiboyi turi kuti aiwaka kana uchingopinda England unoita sei unoshanda. So that's number two, you cannot do. Number three, you cannot get public funds. When you go under this visa, you are not allowed to get public funds. Maria hurumende yemunyika yeBritain hautenderwe kuiwana. Number four, on this visa or with this visa, you cannot bring family members with you. It's a temporary visa, seasonal work visa. You cannot bring family because you are going to the UK to work and come back after 6 months. Going to the UK to work and come back after 6 months. So you cannot bring family members with this visa. But it's a nice opportunity kana uri munhu akati changamu kuzvitsvagira ma-opportunities and create mikana. Saka ndirini hangu ndoda kushandisa visa iri, ndinoenda 4, 5, 6, 7 times or even 10 times ndichitsvaga magap angu ekuti ndisettle permanently kana kuti ndichienda kuchikoro, mari ndichibika ndichidzoka kumba ndichiona kuzona mhuri. Okay, now let's look at eligibility. What do they look? So when I talk about eligibility, I'm talking about what is it they are looking for in this UK seasonal work visa, temporary work, okay? So the eligibility is you must be 18 years, you must be a mature person. You can't be someone younger than 18. You must be 18 years or over when you apply to have the following: a certificate of sponsorship. Again, mommy! There's something in my house.
Where push the imagine?
No. What's that? I think my cat brought something in my house.
Ginger.
Guys, my cat brought it. What is it? It's a lizard. Yo, Ginger, take your thing out. You. I'm scared of things, guys, that crow. Ginger, take your thing. You know cats, guys. Cats are the funniest animals in the house. Ginger, take your thing out. So, guys, this is the thing when you live with cats. Cats can bring a snake in front of your house because a cat enjoys killing its prey slowly but surely. Where is it? Take it outside. Ginger, take your lizard out. Let's go. You're full of nonsense. Naimi. Hey. You. I'm sweating. Let me drink some water. He must kill his lizard. Guys, go out and finish your job. Kurumbiza. Don't just snabas. Guys, I'm one person who is afraid of lizards. I'm afraid of anything that crawls. Anything that crawls. Ginger. So, when you have got cats in your house, guys, they go hunt, and sometimes they bring whatever they hunt home, okay? The other time, they bring a big snake at the lawn, in front of the lawn. Why? They love killing their prey slowly but surely. Saka kana uchuraiwa nekatsi unongoshinzwa kanzi ka yonyudza nzara yoburitsa. Saka apa he brought his lizard inside the house, and I'm seeing something crawling out of the chairs, dining chairs. I'm like, what is this? And this thing is running, and Ginger is eating it slowly. Yeah. You saw the other time they brought a big snake. Hey. They would definitely kill it. But yo. Apologies for that, guys. That's animals, guys. Ish. Hey. Guys, close the door. Serious, when this summer, close the door. He's gonna bring a snake inside the house, this Ginger. I'm telling you. Close the screen gate when you're playing outside. Yo, it's the first time he ever done this in the house. Anyway, yo, I'm sweating, guys. I'm scared of reptiles. Guys. I'm scared of reptiles. Anything that crawls scares me off. Anyway, let's go back to the topic. Unochikoka msana urumba mako naimi. Chiedza sedze pabasa pangu dzinoya nonhuteyo kandwa main bedroom. I'm sweating, guys. I'm sweating. My whole body. I'm full of sweat now from fear. Anyway, so now let me repeat eligibility, okay? So to those who doesn't know, we are talking about the UK seasonal work visa. And now we are on the eligibility. If you just joined us, please rewatch the video at your spare time. and do this, okay? So I was saying you must be 18 years or over when you apply to have both of the following. So for this job, Esther Marwa, thank you so much for the stars. I greatly appreciate. A certificate of sponsorship reference number from your UK sponsor. So with this one, you don't need the COS like the other. You just need the reference number, COS reference number to put on your visa application. That's all you need. You don't need the full certificate of sponsorship. Okay, you need enough money to support yourself in the UK. You usually need to have at least 1,270 pounds. This was also the same amount. Ginger, go. Danny, please come take Ginger and lock the screen gate. I can't handle this. So 1,270 pounds is the same amount that was required for COS in the last days. If you get a certificate of sponsorship, after all the dramas with the people not having accommodation in the UK, just close the screen gate for me. And Ginger, make sure Ginger is out. It's hot now, lizards are moving and all that. Ginger is going to drag his stuff inside the house. Anyway, he's still going to come inside, but I wonder how, I think he jumped with it from the window. Sorry guys, I'm disturbed. But anyway, 1,270 pounds. What of us with Zim passport? It's okay. So what is 1,270 pounds? With today's rand rate, it's about 29,425.85. So it's about 30,000 rands. This 30,000 rands, you don't pay it to anyone, okay? You don't pay anyone with this 30,000 rands. This 30,000 rands is just for you to have in your bank account. I'm going to tell you more about this 30,000 rands. So this 30,000 rands is for you to stay in your bank account. You must have this 30,000 rands for a month, 2 or 3 months in your bank account. Someone cannot just deposit this 30,000 rands in your account and expect to get a visa. No, it must be in your account for at least a month. If it's 31 days, it must be. If the month has got 31 days, it must be in your. It must have been in your account for 31 days. So, muchishona ndrukuti unotarisirwa kunge uine mari mu account yako yekubhanga, whether it's in US dollars or it's in rand, equivalent to 30,000 rands. Can a South African apply? Yes. Any person, anyone who wants to go to work in UK can apply. So regardless whether you're Zimbabwean, you're South African, you're from Botswana, you're Nigerian, anyone who is eligible can apply. Okay, so I say the CO certificate of sponsorship, which we call a COS reference number, is what you need. Number 2, you need your 30,000 in your bank account, 30,000 rands in your bank account, or 1,000 equivalent of 1,270 pounds in whatever currency you come from. Okay, and then now we talk. The employer must make sure your job at least pays the minimum wage. What is the minimum wage in South Africa? So the minimum wage rates now in South Africa are as of April 20, as from next year. Minimum wage should be £12.21 per hour, or £10, 18 to 20, £10, under 18, £7.55, apprentice £7.55. So in other words, your job must be paying you £12.21 per hour. That's the minimum wage, okay? Let's go back. That's the minimum wage. And then they must be able to pay that. Your minimum wage, and the hours a week you have to work. If your employer does not state that in your certificate of sponsorship, you will be, your visa will be refused. So you must make sure that in your COS, the minimum wage is there, which is £12.21 or more. Okay, they must pay you that or more, which is okay. Now let's move to certificate of sponsorship. To those that doesn't know, so a certificate of sponsorship is a reference number which holds information about the job and your personal details. It's not an actual certificate or a paper document. Your sponsor will give you your certificate of sponsorship reference number. You will need to add your certificate of sponsorship reference number to your visa application. You can only use it once. To those that have applied to the UK, I know the process. You can only use that reference reference number once, which means if, for example, you're applying for the horticultural seasonal jobs, you get your COS now, you use it once, and then after 6 months, you go to the UK, you do your job, you come back to Africa. When you come back to Africa, you get another COS reference number for your next visa, okay? Like I said, your visa, you apply it, you can even apply it 3 months in advance before your travel date or the date you are supposed to start work. For example, you are looking for this job, you get your sponsor, you want to go to the UK in March, you need to apply your visa even in December. You can apply your visa for UK in December to start work in March. That's the 3 months we are talking, which means you apply in December so that you can go and work in the UK in March. Okay, so you can apply your visa 3 months in advance. Okay, let's move for money to support yourself. I told you about money to support yourself. I've explained the conditions they are looking at. You cannot have the money deposited in your account today and apply for a visa. No, you need to have the 30,000 rands in your bank account, or in dollars if you're in Zimbabwe, in your bank account 3 months, a month before your travel. Okay, a month is good, 2 months is good, 3 months is even better. So the longer you have that money shows your financial stability. We all know one of the main reasons why people don't get visas is because of financial ability. So even if you've got more than 30,000, it's for your advantage, especially if you've been holding this money for longer, it's for your good. Okay, now let's move. If your sponsor can support you instead. So sometimes you can get jobs where your sponsor is willing to sponsor you with accommodation, etc. So if your certificate of sponsorship confirms that your employer is going to sponsor your flights, your employer is going to sponsor your accommodation, your employer is going to sponsor everything, you don't need to have the money. Okay, so there are two types of sponsorship: full sponsorship or no sponsorship. So if your sponsor is giving you full sponsorship, you don't need to prove 30,000 rands. Okay, those are the jobs we are interested in. But even if my sponsor cannot give me full sponsorship and I can sponsor myself, it's also good. Then you need to have the 30,000. But if the sponsor can sponsor you, you don't need to worry about the money. Okay. Now let's go to documents you must provide. Okay, so we've done the overview of this whole visa. What is it about? And I talked about the eligibility, the requirements for this visa. Now let's go to documents you must provide. So for the documents you must provide, I'm going to talk about them now and let you know the documents. Today I'm doing UK. I'll talk about other countries later. Okay, today I'm doing UK. Apologies guys, I do have a lot of content, but sometimes my work stops me from giving you the information. So let's talk about this UK seasonal job visa. What are the documents you must provide? So when you apply for this seasonal visa, you need to provide your COS reference number, your certificate of sponsorship reference number, which your sponsor will give you. Number 2, you need a valid passport, a document that shows your identity and your nationality. Number 3, you need evidence that you have enough personal savings to support yourself in the UK. That's the £1,270 in your bank account. This you can prove by printing your documents and attaching it to your application. So you have got your COS reference number, number 1. Number 2, you have got your passport. Number 3, you have got your bank statements. And then you need a blank page in your passport for visa. I always tell people that you need 6 blank pages if you really need a visa, okay? Don't rely on one. You make sure that your passport has got pages, and make sure that your passport is not expiring within the time you are going. So always make sure that if you're applying for seasonal visa, your passport is like 1 year or 2 years before it expires. It still has got some years, okay? And you've got blank pages in your visa. Okay, you must also provide a certified translation of any documents that are not in English. So to other countries, for example, Congo that use French, Cote d'Ivoire, and other countries that use French, you need to have all your documents translated in English. But for people from Southern Africa, West Africa, everything of ours is in English. We don't need translations. But East Africa and other African states, we need documents. Who uses French, Portuguese, like Angola, you need your documents translated, a certificate of translation to certify or to state your documents in English, okay? So these are the documents that you need to supply. However, the Home Office might ask you to provide additional documents after you apply. Whatever the case, you may always come back to me. We find out what is needed and we help each other on how you can get whatever is needed. But these are the most important documents needed for you to secure your visa. Now, we move to the last part, the application process, okay? How do you apply this visa? So again, this visa, like another visa, you apply online for this visa. As part of your application, you need to prove your identity. Your identity is your passport. How do you do this? Depends where you are from and what type of passport you have. You either have your fingerprints and photograph taken at a visa application center, which we call biometrics, normal procedure for any visa. Use the UK immigration ID checkup to scan your identity document. You also create or sign into UK visas and immigration, which is UKVI account. You will be told what you need to do when you apply online. If you need to do an appointment, the center may need to keep your passport and documents while they process your application. That is, if you do physical application, they will hold your passport until your result is out. But if you do your online application, they will call you when your visa is out, okay? You may have to travel to your nearest visa application center. This could be in another country for those that do not have British consulate in their countries, okay? You may be able to pay to get a faster decision. You can also pay to fast track, just like for Schengen visa. If you're applying for a Schengen visa, you can pay for VIP, fast tracking, get a quicker response, things like that. What happens if you have a child while you are in the UK? Okay, if you have a child while you are in the UK, they do not automatically become a British citizen. To those that may think of trying to go and do that. So if you have a child whilst in the UK, they will not automatically become a British citizen. It's another topic for another day. Now I'm going to give this to give this opportunity to anyone who has got questions for me. And I'll start with Miriam Chinata. Age limit. There is no maximum age limit. There is only minimum age limit. You must be 18 years and above. Okay? Murise Mkoma, ndiriku subscribe Mkoma, please help me. Berita Chiwara, how do you want me to help you? Subscription page doesn't mean that I chat with everyone in subscription page. If you're in subscription page, you apply. If ndiriku subscribe Mkoma, please help me. Go to my Facebook page inbox. My admins will help you. Okay? How do I subscribe? You go to my inbox here on my page and get the link. Then you click the link and subscribe. You must be using Facebook Original. If you use Facebook Lite, you cannot subscribe. Facebook, remember this page was created by Facebook. So if you use Facebook Lite, you cannot apply. Where do we apply? It depends. To apply for online application is done online. And then for those who want to apply for jobs, you need to get links, which I normally post in subscription page. Hey, this person doesn't understand the. You know, there are some people that don't understand, they don't have the courtesy. I hate people who just call me randomly. You don't know what I'm doing. What if I'm in a meeting? Some of us will work with the big bosses. You can't just call me. It's rude. If you send me a message, I don't answer you. I don't answer. Don't expect me to jump. You need to wait. Whoever you are, you need to wait. Yeah. Don't call anyone, especially if they work in the corporate world. Ask, send a message, are you available? If they don't answer, please don't call them. If they are free, they will contact you. It's called courtesy. You cannot take anyone's number and call. You can't do that. You can't do that. Some people are in meetings. Some people work flexi time. Even at night, they are working. You just need to have that respect and courtesy. You know, like, you can't call anyone anytime you want. You can't do that. You need to ask, are you free for a call? Then the person says yes or no. But anyway, kunodiwa IELTS here? No. No IELTS is needed. Do you assist in looking for remote jobs as well? I've been doing that for years, but I cannot give you guarantee that you're going to get one just because I'm looking for you. You have to apply. I search for opportunities. You apply. So I cannot guarantee you that I give jobs. I don't have jobs. I don't have jobs. I give opportunity. I look for opportunities. Then you apply. If you get the opportunity, glory be to Jesus. If you don't get the opportunity, you don't get it. Anyone? Yes, the links, Mama. Oh, the links I'll send for this one. I'm gonna look for the links and then I'll send. But why should I send now? Does anyone have all the requirements? If there are people in subscription page who wants to apply for this visa, please tell me in subscription page you need these links. So I send links in subscription page. No English is needed. Okay? No English is needed. Sisi jiniko Kananda nedazimu ndengenda kubadala say 70 rand. You can ask someone in South Africa to get you you can buy Google Play cards before you go to Zimbabwe. For people that wants to subscribe in South Africa, this is a nice actually business. If you are in Zimbabwe and you want to do business, you know, please sell Google Play cards, okay? Come to South Africa, buy Google Play cards, or speak to Google, be a broker, and sell Google Play cards in Zimbabwe. There are no Google Play cards in Zimbabwe. Okay, if you say, please send it to subscription page, which ones? You guys need to tell me which ones, poultry ones or fruit and veg. Guys, looking for links, genuine links is not easy, okay? It's a lot of work. Sweetie Lunga, wow, that's great. So subscribers, just let me know in comment section, do you want fruit or do you want, poultry? Just let me know which links you want. Then I'll search for you this weekend. I'll send next week. So definitely next week we are going to be having UK seasonal jobs. Okay, I'm going to search them for you and I'm going to be giving them to you. So to those people that teachers, please, teachers, if you want to go to Australia, teachers, if you want to go to Australia and New Zealand, guys, apply. Other nationalities are moving before this opportunity close. If you want to go to Australia as teachers, New Zealand, please apply. This is your opportunity. Anyone with a question for me again, fruit and veg, okay? Okay, I'll send seasonal jobs. So next week you are guaranteed to get seasonal jobs in subscription page, okay? Remember, we sent links Monday to Friday. And today, apologies, I don't know what happened with my system. I did the links, but they were not sent. So they've been sent at 14:35 today, 25 minutes to 3. Apologies for that. Anyone with a question for me? If you do not have a question for me, I'm going to love you and leave you, okay? This is the UK seasonal jobs. It's an opportunity to go and work in the UK. It's an opportunity for people who wants to go and work in the UK, so that you work in farms, poultry, horticulture, fruit, vegetables, flowers, poultry, pork, picking eggs, etc. Okay, so many countries have got this kind of visas, and we're gonna talk about it. But this is for UK. All you need is your COS reference number, certificate of sponsorship reference number, which tells you need a sponsor. Number 2, you need your passport. Number 3, you need your proof of funds. If your sponsor is not giving you full sponsorship, you need about 30,000 rands in your bank account. You don't pay it to anyone, it just stays in your bank account, which means if you can borrow it from someone, you keep it in your account until you arrive in the UK. Once you are in the UK, you send that money back. You have to send that money back to the person who borrowed it to you, because you are going to need it. This visa is only for 6 months if it's horticulture, and 3 months if it's poultry. I would encourage you to go for the horticulture one, okay? Because 6 months is time, you know. If you can work 6 months, you know, sometimes it's even enough money for the whole year. But yeah, guys, so this is all about this visa. I hope this video has helped someone. I hope this video has opened someone's eyes. There are so many opportunities out there. Unfortunately, you cannot go with your family, but if you are willing to stay 6 months apart from your loved one, which is nothing, guys, then you are good to go. So guys, I love you very much, and I have to leave you. I quickly need to rush. This person that is calling me, I just need to address that and take it over. So may the good Lord bless you. And like I always say, above everything, commit your plans before God. Ask God. I'm not my mofu sweetie lunga. I'm my mukanya. Okay? I'm my mukanya, not mofu. Just a point of correction. So may the good Lord bless you. Be a good person. Help me by sharing this video. You might not want to go, but you may help someone to go, okay? If you are not interested, help your family, help your siblings. It's something. It's not compared to just sitting and not having something to do. So you can take this opportunity, maximize on it, go for 6 months, come back, go for 6 months, come back. What is needed, I've told you what is needed. You just need to rewatch this video. I love you so much, guys. God bless you. Help me do something good by sharing this video so that other people may see it. If you haven't been following me, please make sure that you click on the like button on my page, and make sure that you press subscribe on my YouTube video, because I post a lot of stuff on my Facebook page. I upload my videos on YouTube so that you can rewatch them and rewatch them. So I'm going to put this video again on my YouTube. For you to see much of my videos on YouTube, make sure you subscribe on my YouTube channel. I love you very much. God bless you.